Hello, time travelers. I've got this Chinese super cheapo Squier that I've been upgrading over the years, and I'm finally going to replace the tuners. Because I am not satisfied with the cheap pop metal crap that comes in these things. This is my look of disapproval. These tuners don't stay in tune, especially when I use the whammy bar. Did you hear it just go pop? Let me put my microphone over there. Come off my shirt. There you go. Do you hear that popping? Problem is, I'm playing the guitar, having a good old time, and it goes pop, and one or two strings go out of tune. If you don't have something like this yet, get it. I'm gonna show you what this is actually. I got this one on StewMac. You might find one somewhere else. I'll put a link in the descriptables so that you can grab one. You put this in a drill, and it makes changing your strings a lot easier. You just have to remember that righty loosey, lefty tighty, or whatever. Makes quick work of that. This guitar was given to me in lieu of 2 months of rent from a roommate who didn't understand that giving somebody a check means you have to wait for that check to clear before you go spend the money that's in your freaking account. And it ticked me off for so long that I didn't play this guitar for a while. But when I went to play it, I actually kind of liked it when it was working. But I had to open it up and fix the soldering on the internal components. And then the whammy bar broke. I love doing the whammy. So I put a Guitarfetish bridge on it. I put Wilkinson pickups in it, which got rid of the microphonic problem and the feedback and gave me much better tone. And I'm freaking finally doing the tuners. If you hear somebody else talking in the background, that's my son doing his live stream, but you might not hear him. Particular tuners I got are locking tuners. They're the kinds you have to use like a coin to lock them instead of the thumb thing on the back, so they're a little bit cheaper. I would have preferred the thumb thing on the back, but I wanted to do drop-in replacements for the video for anybody looking to do a really easy upgrade. Come out. Oh. I mean my luthier's hammer. Come out. Oh, it's screwed on the other side. Duh. Not only were these tuners hard to keep the strings in tune, but also when you go to tune it and you turn it a little bit to trying to get just a little bit closer to the note, nothing would happen, and you have to turn it really far and then turn it back. Really annoying. And why I got locking tuners obviously is for using the whammy more and using it harder. I have a previous video where I did a really easy upgrade to the whammy. If you have it kind of loose to where you can move it, it's all wobbly and then it falls away from you when you're trying to play. Which is actually something the better Fenders come with, and you can click a card right there to see that. It's like $6 upgrade. Here's the locking tuners I got from Guitarfetish. Check it out. These tuners, they lock on the top. You put a penny or something in there to turn it down, and if you see, they look exactly the same as these, as in the fitting. That's why I got them. The better ones where they have a thumb screw right here on the back. Yes, they cost a little bit more, but they lock into place with little pins that stick out, and you have to drill holes in the headstock. It's not that I'm afraid or against modifying this super cheap Chinese Squier. It's that I wanted to show you guys a drop-in, easy replacement. Just unscrew these. Super easy. If anybody recognizes the screwdriver I'm using, tell me in the comments. Let other people know, because I'm always talking about it and putting a link in the description box for it. But this is a music gear video. I think everybody should have one. A set from this company. Exact fit. Of course I gotta put the washer and stuff in there. Interesting. With these, the nut is part of the collar instead of separate. Oh, it was the same with that before. Okay, okay. So it means I have to do this. hold it with my finger maybe, so that's centered. Oh, that's not so bad. You can't really see what I'm doing, but underneath I'm tightening the collar down. Oh, I forgot the washer. Dang it. Okay, put the washer on the collar. Genius. Put your tuner in the hole.
Happy, the ball itself has its own energy, or life force, if you will. Its natural environment is in the hole.
Then do the spinny roundy thing. Tighten this down. Now see, this is why the better tuners got two little guide pegs on them. And if you're interested in using those kind, what you do is you get your collar in there, and then you get a ruler. I don't have a ruler with me. Pretend this is a ruler. And you get all 6 tuners and you make sure they're straight, right? And then you start to tighten it down. And you tighten it down, and what that does is the little guide pins will put little dents on the wood, and then you'll know where to drill. And you'll have to drill in a little bit. One thing just popped into my head. Are all these tuners the same height? I should have checked before I put them in there. I should have checked the old ones before I took them out too. Yep, they're all the same height. If you've got a guitar and you're trying to figure out what tuners to get it, and you just want drop-in replacements, it's super helpful if you have a caliper to measure the different dimensions of different parts of it. Because on Guitar Fetish, they have a picture with all the dimensions. That one stripped out that hole. All right, here's a tip. Tighten down these screws just until they're snug and then stop. Otherwise you'll strip out the hole. Why are you getting all tangled, Strat? You're not even in this scene. Toss. While I'm here, I want to change the string trees with roller string trees. Look, it comes with 2 screws and 2 string trees. Never really inspected the nut before, or messed with it, or cared that much, because mine worked good. I'm just cleaning out a little bit with my thumb now. But what the roller string tree does is make it easier for when you're using the whammy bar, the string to slide back and forth. So I'm gonna take these old regular kind out. You have to figure out how the new ones go in. Huh. It's got a guide peg. It's got a guide peg on one side and then a hole on the other, which means I'm gonna be drilling a hole of some kind anyways. Gets a drill bit. But you want the strings to be guided in the same position they were guided before. And both of these are the same height, so it doesn't matter where I put them. But I'm thinking, since it goes that direction, I want to do it like that. So I got this idea. There's actually a commenter on the Amazon item page that said how to do this. Since you're gonna want it to be this way, first put it in backwards and tighten it down, and then use this little peg to mark it. And I'm using these screws from the old string trees. No, that's not really working for me. It's kind of going crooked. So I'm gonna use the magical technology known as pencil instead. And I'm putting it in the correct orientation of where I'm gonna want it. And I don't want my drill to walk, which means when you're trying to drill and it goes somewhere else. So I'm gonna use a punch. And if that's not a good idea and you know betters, pick on me in the comments. Or if you think, this is freaking genius. Or actually, Rob, that's the way you're supposed to do it. Tell me in the comments. That's one of the great ways to help out my channel, is by putting stuff in the comments. Clicking like, and if you want to see more stuff, click subscribe. That's why all the YouTubers say that all the time. Comments are my favorite though. Drill. Toss. Is it deep enough? I don't know. Oh wait, I gotta go deep enough for the screw. Duh. Well, that went in real good. Nice and snug. Now what do I need? Strings. Crap! Forgot to bring down strings. You even know what you're doing in this video? Here, I'm trying some 12s because of my tuning, and you guys are probably thinking, oh, this guy, he thinks he's heavy metal. Nope, I like dadgad tuning, and I like my third string to be wound, but it keeps breaking. It doesn't break like break, it just, the winding breaks. You can see the spots where I bend a lot. So when I go to bend that string, the winding splits open, cuts my finger. So maybe this more thicker one will be better. And maybe I'll get some cooler tones with the thicker strings, we'll see. Oh, I hate putting strings through the body. I'm holding the guitar up with my chin, shut up. Resonance, that's the reason why I like a wound third. Because in the tuning dadgad, the fourth and fifth string are very close to each other in notes, and making the resonance a little bit different makes it easier to distinguish by ear that you're playing a different note. Well, these feel nice and solid. And with locking tuners, you don't have to wrap the string around a bunch of times. You just stick it through and then clamp it down. Okay, well, I used my fingers to clamp it down to a certain point. That's cool. I'll get this penny that I have that has no purpose in this world, you know, because it's only worth 1/100th of a freedom unit, but now it has value for me. Oops, I forgot to tighten these thingies. Derp. Go around the string and tighten the thingy. Yeah, tell me in the comments how much of a bad idea this is, because I'm dinging and marring it and making it look horrible. So what I'm doing is turning this so that the hole is pointing this direction. Let me show you. Barely see it there. There we go. So the hole is pointing at this direction so I can stick the string through. Go through. Oh, that's right. Gotta loosen this a little bit or it won't let the string through. And I make sure it's sitting in the nut. And I'm leaving just a little bit of slack like that, because I know I'm gonna have to tighten it. Grab my worthless freedom unit and tighten it up. Oh, be careful when you do this. Look, I just nicked the edge. And if I do that too many times, it'll break this. Maybe a quarter is better? I don't know. Now I'm turning this counterclockwise. Give that a bend right there. And if I'm doing this wrong, or you guys have experience with using locking tuners, tell me in the comments. Because I'm building a guitar and it's going to have better locking tuners than this. I want to make sure I treat that one right. This is a guitar string winder I got off of Amazon. And I'm going to use this part right there to cut these. All right, that's tight enough to stay where I put it. And now for the noodling test. Still in tune. Let's give it a lighter touch and make sure that it sounds pitch correct. Even with the chords and phrases that I do that don't use bending, they feel better. It's just something about the strings not doing that micro slip that they've done to me before. Whoa, that's too much for that amp. That amp needs to be fixed. I want to use fuzz. This is my look of approval. I didn't even think of what I should do for the awkward end screen. I guess it's gonna be awkward. Well, you should get subscribed and come back because I've got the Tone Bleed mod. The blah blah blah, the Tone Bleed mod. I was gonna do it today and I was like, to shoot 2 videos at once, and I was like, screw it, because I got 2 strings on and I forgot that I have to take the pick guard off in order to do the testing for this. But what it does is it makes it so that you don't lose your top end when you turn down the volume. Click over here to see a video of me building a DIY pedal. Click over here for whatever YouTube thinks is best based off of your viewing preferences. Subscribe to the channel over here somewhere, and you can check out my music channel over here. Sweet, I'm really happy with this. Awesome!